Welcome to episode 8 of In the Real Podcast, where your host is Aces and DJ. Today we got a very spicy episode about studio politics and a bunch of movie updates. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Come on.
Just as long as we're all in agreement.
I am Iron Man.
This is Smallville!
We tell ourselves that we are the Walking Dead.
Eyes of Wakanda.
Did you watch it?
Honestly, no. And I'm not going to lie to you. I have no interest in watching a show called Eyes of Wakanda.
I didn't either, but I was kind of bored one day. I'm just like, you know what? I saw it drop. I'm like, let me do it. I'm not going to lie. I really liked it.
Tell me about it. Like,
what's
good about it?
I rated a 7 out of 10.
Animation.
The animation style is really good. It's like a paint style type of... you've seen like videos.
Is it similar to what we've seen through Marvel animation?
Yeah,
like
in the sense
CGI
of like
looking.
It's not
3D.
like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but it's more like certain versions of
That was ass.
the show,
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
the animation.
Yeah,
it was really bad, but it's closer to What If type of paint, like the painting.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan
like,
of that.
I don't know why. I really like that. But it's basically a show surrounding the war dogs, the Wakandan war dogs, retrieving vibranium artifacts around the world, right? And it's taking place in different time periods. This is canon, and it's official that it's canon.
Yeah, seen that.
And something big happens, which we'll get into. But first episode takes place in 1260 BC in Crete, an island in Greece. That was a cool introduction episode. It was kind of a slow burn. I know a lot of people who fell off because of that episode, because it was a little bit of a slow burn. But
episode 1, right?
Yeah, but I slept through it. It is what it is. It was all right. The second episode I really like, 1200 BC during the Trojan War, and it's about what's it called? A war dog who goes in, infiltrates, and he's basically like on the side of Achilles, and he befriends Achilles, and it's like a sick friendship that he then has to like go against him because he has his main story. Like, these guys build relationships around the world and stuff, and it's like, doesn't matter, the mission comes first, you know what I mean? So they just gotta dead all those relationships, everything. Yeah, he whaps him on his Achilles heel. Like, it was a really good episode.
Do I need to know anything prior to watching the show? Like,
no,
can I just hop into it?
Which I was gonna say, this is the first. This takes place first, basically. This is the first MCU project on the Sacred Timeline.
In the timeline, okay.
Yeah, this is number one because it takes place. Other than maybe stuff we saw in what's that movie called? Eternals, like the flashbacks and stuff.
Oh, true.
Yeah, this is episode 3, 1400 AD, the Ming Dynasty, China. This is an episode where one of the war dogs falls in love with an Iron Fist. In China, and they have this whole back and forth, and he kind of like
side question: are these war dogs like, they don't have the power of the Black Panther yet, because
they're just spies.
That happens way later on?
Yeah, they're spies. They're like Lupita Nyong'o. That her character in that she was a war dog, and she was like a spy and all that. You know what I mean? And then you have like the Dora Milaje, which is like, stuff like that.
The real hitters.
Yeah, this guy had a relationship with one of the Iron Fists. It was a shorty, and she went to go retrieve the relic that he stole from their palace.
Really?
And she broke into Wakanda, and spoilers, but yeah, she broke into Wakanda, and yeah, she was sick. Like, that episode was really sick. You're not gonna watch it, right? So
honestly, like, I don't mind if it's spoiled or not. How many episodes are there?
It's just 4.
Just 4 episodes.
4 episodes.
Is this gonna be like a recurring series, or is it just like a one shot?
No. I think it was just a one-time thing.
That's so odd. Like, I wonder how they come up with these like ideas.
Because I think it was a passion thing for Ryan Coogler from when he started.
He produced it?
Yeah, from when
Ryan Coogler made this.
Yeah, from when he started Black Panther 1. They've been talking about this. He really wanted to do Eyes of Wakanda and just talk about the war dogs all around, which is a great premise. I'm not gonna lie. You can introduce a lot of characters like that too.
It would be a sick movie.
Imagine introducing, I would rather that be a show, live action show, and you're going around, and modern time now, you say you come across the Iron Fist or Shang-Chi in one episode.
No flashbacks.
Oh, what do you mean?
I hate flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if they're going to do a show about it being in the past.
That's what I'm saying. Modern time, it'll be hard. Super hard modern time. And the last episode, based in 1896 AD, the first Italo-Ethiopian War.
Okay.
Right? And this one was all about basically a prince going on his first war dog mission, right? And this prince has he feels like he has something to prove. His brother is next in line to be king, so he's not going to be king. So he goes on this mission with one of the greatest war dogs. and basically their job is to steal a relic, and that relic was an axe. So now they get seen by Black Panther, but a Black Panther from the future.
Really?
And this Black Panther from the future is the last Black Panther.
Damn.
And her timeline is so messed up. So she has to come back in time because they took that relic, and that relic needs to be found in the future where it needs to be found, and we'll get to that.
See, this is why you have guys like this talking about Chip so passionately, because now I actually want to watch it.
It was a really good tie-in. Damn. So basically they go and they do all that. Long story short, she has to convince them. She doesn't have enough time to stay there. She fights them and all that stuff. She ends up telling them. They don't kind of believe her, but the prince believes her. The war dog doesn't.
Yeah.
She ends up going back, getting pulled back into her time. So now she put all her faith into these two guys, and the prince just really has to get into the war dog's head, like, yo, we gotta do this. Like, it's something serious.
True.
They ended up putting it back. Lo and behold, that's the axe that Killmonger takes in Black Panther in the museum. Remember when he goes into the museum in the first shot of Killmonger?
Yeah.
He takes the axe.
Where he was talking to the lady.
So now if they took it and they took it back to Wakanda, he would not have been able to take that axe. The whole stuff with Black Panther, T'Challa wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have opened up the world to Wakanda, or opened up Wakanda to the world.
True.
Which then now Wakanda is by itself to fight this crazy threat in the future, which is how everything goes to shit, right? Wakanda doesn't help the world fight an alien invasion because they're so closed off, right? Because the whole stuff with Killmonger didn't happen to open up T'Challa's eyes. It's a crazy...
I gotta give it to Ryan Coogler. He did it again. I didn't even watch it, but I'm saying he did it again. Okay, out of 10, really what would you rate it?
I give it 7.5 out of 10. Because
7.5? What?
Yeah.
Well, I really loved it.
No, like it had good parts, like the Trojan War. I like the Achilles part. The third episode, I really like the Iron Fist dynamic. But these are 20-minute episodes. You know what I mean? The last episode was really, really good. I could bump it up to like 8, but it's
more like a feature project versus like a show. Okay, true.
And it's one of those where it's like they had a really good ending. So I was like, yeah, maybe an 8 actually. Yeah.
Okay. Well, honestly, man, I might give it a shot. Maybe I'll just catch it on like...
Maybe not.
Probably not, but I don't know. You made it sound pretty good, but... what do you think about the first week shooting of Spider-Man Brand New Day? What are your thoughts?
We saw the new suit together.
Yes, we did. We were at a cottage.
Amazing. That suit was really, really good.
What do you think about it?
I think it's definitely he's taking homage from Toby and Andrew, their suits.
I feel like it looks... Look, my first opinion was like, it looks like he's taken from both Toby and Andrew. But the more I'm like getting to look at it, the more like I'm getting like a feel for it. I feel like he kind of looked at Andrew's a little bit more and said, "Yo, really? I want mine to."
But the raised webbing that's Tobey Maguire's suits.
So did Andrew's suit.
Not as much though. It wasn't as prominent.
It was as prominent with like that like shine. It had like a particular shine to it. But besides that, like the suit is more Andrew. You know, with the arm.
What's the hype with Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit? I never liked it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I guess when you first look at it and he's standing straight and it's like a 6 shot, yeah, it looks nice. But whenever like that suit was shown from the back, it's like you could see the bulge in the back. Yeah, you can tell it's just like a, you know, it's not like fantastical at all as a comic book suit live action. But
I think there was moments where that suit looked really good in that movie on camera.
Like the first
that first intro, the intro where he's literally falling out of the sky. I think honestly, the more that movie ages, it's like Man of Steel. I'm not saying in terms of how good it is, but when that movie came out, this guy's such a hater. When that movie came out, a lot of people didn't like it. Yeah. True or false? And now so many years have gone by, and it's like people are watching select scenes from that movie, and they're like, "Wow, this is like a great movie. Bring him back." But like, the movie isn't that great. It kind of fell flat in some areas, just like Man of Steel.
But that suit.
But the suit and the visuals look really good.
Might be a hot take, but I think Andrew Garfield's opening theme, or that theme just in Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, is probably top 3 superhero themes of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
That's crazy.
What do you think about them doing they're actually shooting on a physical location. So one of the complaints in No Way Home was that it looked very fake and artificial. There was that scene where Flash Thompson is walking and they CGI'd the background. It's like a whole New York neighborhood. They just CGI'd it.
Oh, when he opened the crate and jumped inside.
Yeah. So a lot of the movie relied on a lot of visual effects, which is kind of crazy to that extent. But it was during COVID, so they kind of had no choice. Yeah. So what do you think about them doing it?
Bro, I think it's in good hands with that guy, Destin Daniel, the guy who did Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi had some of the best action sequences ever since Winter Soldier, which is saying a lot. So, I think it's going to be hard. But incorporating, like, I'm still like, how are they going to put Punisher and Hulk? Is one man not going to have that much screen time? You know what I mean? Is it going to be like a Doctor Strange? And well, they did it proper with No Way Home. Doctor Strange was in a little bit in the beginning and at the end. And then Toby and Andrew just the last 30 minutes.
I think it worked really well for that movie. And it also didn't work well. And I'll explain that. I just feel like these movies, they're sometimes doing too much, trying to add too much without a lot of like deep thought process behind it. So it's like they're kind of, and we're going to get into this later on, but they need to, I feel like, to be more successful with their future projects, to get people back to kind of caring about this universe, is they need to do standalone stories where the story focuses about the character. There's like a variety of villains and characters in the Spider-Man universe that are like nowhere to be seen. I don't know if that's just because the deal with Sony doesn't allow them to use certain characters and rights. So I don't know if they're just using what they have, what's available to them. But, I was reading something online where for every Hulk shot that they do with VFX, it's one less for Spider-Man. So, because it's just so expensive to like get it right, to have it look good. So it's either he's going to be in the movie very little, maybe like one scene at the end where he turns into Savage Hulk or something like that, and they got to do something. Or
so basically Captain America, Brave New World.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really was looking for like a more focused story, but you know what? The last one was really good. Had a lot of things going on in it, so let's not like panic now.
Yeah, I like it. People are doing a lot of sick edits with the scenes of him standing on the car in front of all those. Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
I think they're gonna deliver. It's Spider-Man. It's like even when it's bad, it still delivers. So, Variety's MCU ranking.
Wow.
I think I sent that to you, or we're talking about that.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that I was just like, you know what? I gotta show this guy.
We just gotta like take some time and to run through real quick, okay? There's 54 projects in the MCU. Let's just get right into it, okay? Secret Invasion is the last thing on that list.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either, but Thor: Love and Thunder could have really fell there as well. Thor: The Dark World, Quantumania, Moon Knight at 51. Under Thor: Love and Thunder, that's crazy. Incredible Hulk at 49. Iron Man 2, 48. Echo was better than Iron Man 2 and the Incredible Hulk. Blasphemy. Eternals
being better than Iron Man 2. No.
But I don't think Eternals should be that low. I'm not gonna lie. Captain America: Brave New World, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Give me a break, bro. They put Age of Ultron at 42. Under Werewolf by Night. I didn't watch Werewolf by Night, so let me not hate. But under Werewolf by Night, that's crazy. Thor at 40.
She-Hulk at 39. So let's just stop there. You guys know I'm not a She-Hulk hater, but even I have to admit, you're telling me that there is 20 or how? It's a top 50, right? Or what is it?
It's all of them. 54.
Oh, okay. 54. So you're telling me there's 27 movies better, or 27 Marvel projects that are better than She-Hulk.
Fantastic Four.
Or worse than She-Hulk, sorry.
The Fantastic Four is 37 under Black Widow and Iron Man 3 and Captain Marvel and the Marvels.
Yeah, you know what this screams like? It's like,
wow.
They just gave a random intern like a bunch of projects.
That's
and
a horrible run right there.
Go look at like Rotten Tomatoes and just like create a list.
That's from 36 to 31, 36 to 32 at least is very bad. Black Widow, Iron Man 3, Captain Marvel, The Marvels, Miss Marvel. Like I like Miss Marvel, but you know what, Miss Marvel, I think 32 is a good ranking. But to be above Fantastic Four is insane. Anyways, on to 30.
The Marvel's at 33? No.
no, I said Miss Marvel at 32.
No, but the Marvel's is at 33.
That should
and
be way
Ironheart
lower.
at 30? Look, I liked Ironheart, but like...
I don't think that's a bad ranking for Ironheart.
Yeah, but like if you're going to put Iron Man 2 at like 41 or whatever it was, like...
Wakanda Forever is 20?
Insane.
I loved Hawkeye, but it being 21 is kind of crazy. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is better than Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I told you, this has no sense to it.
Multiverse of Madness, just die. I hate that film. I actually hate that film. Talk about the film. No. Wakanda Forever at 20. The First Avenger at 19. Shang-Chi, Deadpool and Wolverine. Agatha All Along is better than... Yeah. The Avengers is number 15. The Avengers under Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah,
Civil War at 13.
Again, this is gonna be a
Infinity War is 12. I'm sorry, my bad.
This is gonna be a reoccurring theme within a lot of the topics that we discussed today. Why? Like,
wow.
I could even tell you how wrong this list is. It's not even like coming from like a hardcore fan. Like, if any random person were to watch all these movies and shows, this, I promise you, this would not be the list. So
Endgame, Black Panther, Guardians 1, WandaVision, The Winter Soldier, X-Men 97, Spider-Man No Way Home, Iron Man, Thor Ragnarok, Loki. That's top 10.
No.
Infinity War did not make top 10. Civil War did not make top 10. The First Avengers did not make top 10. That is insane.
2 to 4 is diabolical.
I'm not gonna lie. That is insane.
2 to 4 diabolical.
Anyways, let's just move on before I really crash out.
Absolutely
Joe Keery. Joe Keery, he's my favorite character in Stranger Things. Steve Harrington, my dogs, the GOAT, Steve. You should watch that show. It's really good, bro. I'm rewatching it right now, actually, getting ready for season 5. Amazing. But him as Harry Osborn, I can see that so much. I can really see that so much. It's a perfect fan cast. If they actually do that, his dynamic with Tom Holland would be amazing. Just knowing the two actors.
Wait, he's a fan cast? I thought this was like some like rumors kind of.
It's rumors. That's what I'm saying. It's fan cast, but it's
true.
like they probably did like talk about it. He probably is already cast, and we just don't know, right? It's like an insider rumor type of thing, so it has more weight to it. But yeah, I'm behind that 1,000%. I think that would be amazing. I think he'd be a sick hobgoblin if it ever came down to that. But
Yo,
yeah.
I honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I grew up watching Toby's movies, and like you have a different perception. But is it me or like actors are shrinking?
What do you mean?
Like Timothy Chalamet, Tom Holland, they're all like, they just look
short,
like kids almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Timothy not that much. I feel like he's kind of like branching out into other roles, so you don't really see him like a kid, but like. Even this kid too, like he just looks like a kid. The
Joe Keery,
Joe Keery.
Are you crazy? Joe Keery does not look like a kid at all. At all,
I don't know, man.
Even in Stranger Things, he's one of the grown. Like there's two sets of younger actors. There's the more grown versions, like the guys who were in high school when it started, and then, no, those are the adults. But the ones who were in high school when it started, and then the ones who are the younger cast. But he's a part of the ones who were in the high school, and he's like older now and all that. But nah, fam, this guy he can definitely play an older person. But I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like they just don't look like adults.
They can definitely. Zendaya actually, there was a question given to, I think it was their Challengers interview press run thing. They said, what age would you stop agreeing to like high school roles? And she even said, like, I'm not gonna lie, I look the same now that I was 16. So, like, some of these guys still could play it, but no, Joe Keery, I don't think he could play a younger role.
You think he's gonna?
I think he'll kill.
He's gonna kill it more than James Franco.
Yeah. And I was really thinking about that. Like, he can rival that, and I think James Franco was. I liked him. I don't. No, he was really good. He was the best we got because like who else?
Yeah, we got the other.
And Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. No, he was not my cup of tea.
Wasted with the writing. Could have been good, but the writing kind of
could have been because he's not a bad actor. Yeah. Peacemaker scoring 100% on Rotten Tomato. I'm very excited to see that show. It comes out tomorrow, actually, now that we're filming this right now.
Yeah, that is the number one thing that's been on my list in this DC universe. I told you, we talked about this before. This is the number one show. Quick side note, The Hollywood Reporter actually dropped a list of top 10 wrestlers turned actors ranked, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is number one at the box office, but not at our list, which is the name of the article, right? Or the title of the article, sorry. Number one, we got our boy Dave Bautista.
Told you.
Number two, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
Number three, John Cena. Number four, Rowdy Piper. No idea what that is. There's a bunch of other dudes after that. You know, a lot of people either will know from being hardcore fans, but whatever. The moral of the story is, I think the real list. Sorry to get off track with this Peacemaker thing. It's John Cena, Dave, and then The Rock. I think John Cena is like severely underrated in his acting capability.
He's starting to show it more, and I just watched Peacemaker season 1 recently, and I'm like, yeah, he has some strong performances in that show. I would like to say Vigilante is one of the greatest characters I've ever seen in my life. He is my favorite character. I can't wait to see more of that guy. Yeah, bro.
That whole show was just like a good
amazing,
vibe.
man.
Even like the intro was like fantastic too.
Yeah, they said they have a new dance number.
I can't
wait, bro. Tomorrow.
Yeah, James, reload the gun. That's what they're saying on Twitter.
Stay honest, that's a banger. James, reload the gun.
Reload the gun.
Zoe Kravitz, what's going on with that? She's not coming back?
Okay, so there was a red carpet event, and essentially, her publicist told all the reporters and interviewees, don't ask her about the Batman 2 because she's not in it. She doesn't know anything about what's going on. So that's what they were told. We don't know if it's true or not. The publicist could be throwing a curveball, but I feel like that's not something to really like hide. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? So it could be true. I don't know. What do you think about her not being in the movie? If that's true.
I think she's my favorite. Like, when it came to Catwoman, I think we got 3 really strong Catwomen with Michelle Pfeiffer, Anne Hathaway, and Zoe Kravitz. I think I really loved Anne Hathaway. She was my number one for so long. But Zoe Kravitz, her portrayal, hands down amazing. And like, that's what
she did the best job.
Her and Robert Pattinson's chemistry on that, it's really good. I think, I want to see her, fam. Because after Superman and Lois, we were talking about important dynamics, important relationships, right? And we talked about Spider-Man and Mary Jane and all that, but I think Selena and Bruce are like up there. They're my number one couple in comics ever. And the Flash is my favorite character, but I could care less about him and Iris. But hey, Bruce Wayne, Batman, and Catwoman, they are proper. So yeah, I don't want to see her. I don't know why they'll take her out.
Would you rather see her in a show like a standalone series like The Penguin done by Matt Reeves, or would you rather see her in a movie? Do you think she deserves her own show?
I think own show, yeah, but definitely still put her in a movie. Even in the Batman, if it's like not even Catwoman and it's just him and Selene Kyle, and her like being there to talk to him, because she's supposed to be a big, like, her and Dick Grayson. Those are 2 people in his life, and Alfred, sorry. Those are 3 people in his life that he can actually be vulnerable with, and you know what I mean? They know him like that.
They're foundational characters.
To have that build up, and then maybe she has her own show where she does her own stuff and get introduced to like people like Poison Ivy and see Clayface and stuff like that. That'll be sick. Yeah,
I agree with everything, but at the same time, he is a very young Batman in the movie, so he has a ton of other love interests. You have Vicky Vale, you have Talia al Ghul, you have who else?
But Catwoman is that one that always comes back.
Yeah, that's like his lowest lane, essentially. You know, so I wouldn't be mad if she doesn't come back now, but eventually I need to see like a conclusion for her story. I feel like fans think that her story is already concluded by her leaving Gotham, but I feel like that just can't be it.
Yeah, I think actually now would be a perfect time for her to have her own show. I just do that. Yeah. When it comes to Doomsday news, they announced the 6 teams that are going to be in Doomsday. Did you see that? That's an official announcement, apparently. I thought that was a cap. But Sam Wilson's Avengers, you got the new Avengers, previously known as the Thunderbolts. We got the Fantastic Four. We got a Team Loki. we got the X-Men from the OGs, and we got Doom's team. Now, people are saying Doom's team might be made up of what it was in like the Secret Wars comics, how there was a cabal, Thanos and his cabal. Doom might have his own cabal, different people that kind of like were going against these guys, or the Earth 616 or whatever. He could have Sylvie in that. Remember Loki, Sylvie in the show? Could have her, could have a lot of other people, but Team Loki, maybe it's the TVA, Deadpool, Wolverine, because now Ryan Reynolds is officially going to be in Doomsday.
I heard he wasn't, or maybe he was.
I heard he is.
Sure.
Well, I think it's still a rumor then, but yeah.
I think that's a lot of people and a lot of teams, but again, in the Russos we trust, they've handled big casts before with big plots. We know some of these guys are going to get the shaft. They're not going to get a lot of screen time, but you know what? There's a lot of good actors in this movie, and I feel like they're going to be the anchor point. Like I feel like Pedro Pascal, Robert Downey Jr., they're going to be anchors in this movie to like steer it in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Speaking of steering it in the right direction, according to insider John Roca, two big actors reportedly got into a fight on the set of Avengers Doomsday.
Really?
Yeah.
One actor made an offensive comment to another that crossed the line, causing a confrontation during the filming. Marvel Studios had to alter and rewrite scenes between their two characters. Apparently, one of the actors, he or she very annoyed to the point where they saw Marvel was actually trying, like, we're gonna rewrite scenes and stuff with you guys that are not together and stuff. So maybe they're gonna film it like off camera or not off camera, but like they're gonna film their own scenes, different angles and stuff. But because that person saw Marvel was actually taking the initiative, I guess they kind of allowed it more. So maybe they're gonna do the scenes together. I don't know, but who do you think they was? That'd be crazy. Like I really want to be the fly on the wall in that studio. I would love to see who it is.
I couldn't tell you. There's a lot of actors there. Who do you think? I don't know.
Apparently they lost a lot of filming time because how they were doing the filming for Doomsday when it came to Robert Downey Jr. was he wasn't even in the suit. He was just saying the lines. And somebody else was in the suit because they didn't know how to do it voice-wise or some shit like that. To the point where they did that for, I think, 3 days, they said it was. And Robert Downey Jr. said, no, I want to do it. I want to actually be in the suit and do it in the suit and all that. So, yeah, now they got to redo all of that stuff. This shit's looking like a mess. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really looking like a mess.
I don't know, man. This Marvel train has been going down. But logically thinking, it has to be someone of, like, high value, because if it's like someone that's like not that big of a name,
a lot of people are saying Letitia Wright.
Why?
I don't know, man.
And who? And who else?
Saying that it could be Letitia Wright, and I think they said Pedro Pascal, but I'm like, why Pedro Pascal get on a? I don't know, but Letitia Wright isn't the biggest actress. They said it's some too big
like
actors.
I can't imagine it being her. Like I feel like I don't know. Honestly, like that's I gotta look into that more. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah. So I also had a point to that. So I feel like a lot of these movies lately, when it comes to Marvel productions, like they're shoehorning in a lot of characters, a lot of past actors. They're trying to get that. Funny enough, that nostalgic like feel back into the movies from their own content that they've created not that long ago. Like I understand them bringing in Toby and Andrew from like other projects that have nothing to do with MCU. That was crazy. But like you guys are like nostalgia baiting with Robert Downey Jr. and all these things. I just feel like the MCU, I think after this movie, that's it. It's I probably won't keep going and watching anymore because it's just a machine. You know what I mean? It's a machine.
I get what you're saying. So I'm not gonna lie.
Over and over and over.
They have to. And I was seeing somebody talk about this on YouTube. I forgot who it was, but they have to really slow down on the Avengers stuff after Secret Wars, and just make the X-Men the main focus. The X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. Make these guys the main
standalone stories.
Yeah, and then have after a few years, recast Captain America, recast Iron Man. It's gonna be a new timeline. You know what I mean? Integrate them properly. Have your Avengers versus X-Men and all these cool stories that you couldn't have done before. But I'm at the point now where it's like, this universe, let's scrap it. Let's scrap it. Take a few select people from there and keep them. But other than that, let's start fresh. Get rid of She-Hulk. Get rid of Echo. Get rid of Agatha. Get rid of all these guys that we don't want. But
I think those guys
apparently
are done.
There was a rumor that people are saying the way the X-Men will be integrated, and this is like an insider type of thing, but the way the X-Men are going to be integrated is through Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, and I don't know how I feel about this. I like Miss Marvel, but I don't know how I feel about this. She's going to have a very big role in Secret Wars and afterwards, because the X-Men from the 617 universe, which is the neighbor universe to the 616 movie ones, Charles Xavier sees the 616 universe and how these heroes are worshipped and they're like celebrities and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, yo, maybe we can stay there and do all that. They get there, but people still have their problems with mutants. This world also took in all the Asgardians that were left. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot of this like humanitarian stuff. So it's like, okay, yo, like, yeah, we need to chill out a little bit on all this stuff. So that's how the mutants kind of get their hate too a bit. I think that's a bit forced, but something cool that I like, Miss Marvel, her mutant X gene got unlocked by the Bangles. That's her story, right? Because she thought it was a genetic thing because her grandma had it, but her mom never had the power, her brother never had the power, and her friend kind of tested it out. And then it was at the end where her friend told her, yo, like, we got it unlocks something inside of you. Magneto is going to have that, use that and the cosmic energy from the Bangles to unlock the X gene on this whole planet of Earth 616.
Magneto from 617.
617, because he's on this whole thing of like, you know what I mean? We're gonna, I'm not playing this game anymore. We already came from somewhere where they hated on us. I don't care. Charles can do what he like, this regular Magneto shit, right? So yeah, find a way to unlock everyone's X gene and do it. Why not? That'd be amazing. But yeah, talk about the X-Men. X-Men 97.
Okay, let me just get into it. I've been kind of like foreshadowing a lot of like things in this episode, and essentially you have the X-Men 97 showrunner Beau Demayo on Twitter going on a long, lengthy rant about his treatment and his termination at Marvel. So for you guys that don't know, Beau Demayo was the showrunner and creator of X-Men 97, where they brought back the 1997 X-Men animated series, and it was the best thing that Marvel has done since, like, I don't know, like
No Way Home.
In a while. Like, it was great from start to finish. Not too great, not too perfect, not too like low expectation. It was a great series. And essentially, for those that don't know, he was actually terminated from Marvel for the allegations of sexual misconduct. So essentially, he was sending pictures and doing weird advancements to staff members and stuff on the set, and that's what got him terminated. Allegedly. However, he's claiming that none of that's actually true, and the reason why he was actually let go is because Kevin Feige has resentment towards the success of his series and how people are using that as a reference to how the MCU has fallen off. Which also leads me into the topic of creator versus the machine. Okay? So he goes on a long rant explaining how the process of how Marvel movies and shows and pretty much everything related to that studio gets produced. It's essentially like a think tank that gets created by Kevin Feige and gets put into production before a script is completely done, before an actor is casted or cast, before a bunch of things that are quintessential to making a good, solid, foundational product. You know what I mean? And a lot of the directors that they bring in are there to kind of babysit the ideas that are coming from executives, right? And I was also reading that there's an executive with Kevin Feige. I can't remember his name. Something. Do you know it? Something.
Walter Hamada?
No, that's DC.
I'm so chopped. Walter Hamada. Louis Esposito?
Yes.
Or Louis Esposito?
Louis Esposito apparently isn't a big comic guy.
Okay.
So Feige's the comic guy and Esposito isn't. And they come up with the idea. They plant a director in there to get it going, right? And I just thought that was very like unique, and I feel like that's explains a lot, you know? Like you're always hearing about these movies with big budgets just failing, and it's like there's no way you guys put all this money into it and like there was no thought behind it. Is because it's an unfinished product that's being put in an oven and being pulled out every 10 minutes to see, it's a little sweet, it's a little salty. You gotta let the cake bake, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
From what I was seeing, and this guy talking about just the way that, like, a lot of people, as Marvel heads, the producers would use their assistants to read comics, read storylines of certain comics. Let's say Shang-Chi, the movie's coming out. They're going to get their assistants to read a bunch of Shang-Chi comics and put together, put together like a PDF of like important stuff, information, all that stuff. As producers of big movies, I've never produced a movie, but I'm pretty sure you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
If you can't read comics and this is the best you can do, I don't see that as the biggest problem. The big problem I see is the fact that now, and like, I don't know, bro, it's like you can't even really blame them because now Disney is like mandating more and more. We need more and more and more. So it's messy, 100%. It's messy, but I think out of everything, I can give this a little bit more grace when I'm looking at something like that. But yeah, I think Kevin Feige should have done a little bit more. Like this guy said, this guy never came to the premiere of X-Men 97. None of the producers or big producers or him came to the premiere. There's no support or anything like that. But then on the flip side, people are also saying that this Beau Demayo guy is kind of weird. And the stuff he's doing is like, there's like stuff proven and all that. I never looked deep into this because I don't really care that much. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know, man. This isn't something that's new where somebody's getting shafted in the industry. This is Justin Baldoni too, but you know what I mean?
Yo, like the director of
Stein
the
with
Marvels,
Justin Baldoni, by the way.
The directors of the Marvels, the director came out and said that the movie was so lackluster is because we didn't have a solid script. I was clearly brought here to just babysit this guy's idea and bring it to life. But I had little to no input of the script I wanted to make. Yeah,
she wanted to add certain stuff, and I don't blame her when it comes to the Marvels. I don't blame her because I saw a lot of behind the scenes stuff when it came to that.
Shazay was a totally different movie from what she was, trying to do, and even Bio Demayo. I want to pull up some of the tweets.
Bio Demayo.
Am I saying his name wrong?
Beau Demayo. Bio Demayo.
Beau Demayo, whatever.
Abayo. Abayo means sister in Somali.
Beau Demayo. Yep. So, we have a tweet here. It says, fired X-Men showrunner Beau Demayo has alleged that Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige resented the show because fans was using it as a reference on how the MCU is failing. Okay. Then he quotes it and says, yep, I was told this in a phone call after episode 5 premiered. I asked exec if Kevin was happy because stupidly I still wanted to help the studio out. The response was a long pause, and I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audience weren't using it as a reference. So, wow. He just couldn't handle, which is kind of crazy because he strikes me as a guy that cares about the source material, and honestly, it makes sense.
Yeah, wouldn't you praise it? Be like, hey, maybe this guy is a potential candidate to direct the whole X-Men movie. Like, I don't. It seems very weird, but
this is the first time I'm hearing Kevin Feige is like in the position of being
basically an asshole.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I've never heard
Hollywood
anything
at the end of the
bad
day. It's a
about.
cutthroat business.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
got it's a big machine, and they got to keep it oiled and.
But as
and
somebody
moving.
who was the only person defending and going to bat for James Gunn
After his situation, you would think that this is something that isn't. I don't know. But you also said like there's
other stuff, right? There's
stuff on set apparently that this guy got caught talking to or doing physical acts to people. So I don't know, bro.
I'd say take everything with a grain of salt, but
Yeah.
for sure, I would say like no, there definitely is. You could tell the quality of the movies reflects what this guy is saying. You know, I'm not saying it's true, but it's definitely a fact that they don't finish or complete a script before they start going into production. It's definitely a fact that there's multiple reshoots, which is normal actually, contrary to what people believe.
Yeah.
But there's always a ton when it comes to Marvel movies, particularly, right? And then you see now across the pond, you have James Gunn and Peter Safran at DC being very different, right? So I was watching an interview, actually, I think it was a Peacemaker podcast, and he was talking about how he does a treatment that could be as long as 60 pages. So what he does is he'll create the movie, the tones, the scenes. Like he'll do a lot before the script is actually made, and he'll make sure like the direction that it's going in is solid, and it's a 60-page treatment, right? Then what he does after is actually write the script based off of that treatment, and then once that script is to their standard, they greenlight the movie.
And he makes storyboards.
storyboards are. You've seen storyboards before?
Yeah.
Storyboards are usually made for action sequences, just to get a feel of what you want it to look like.
Yeah.
He storyboards his whole movie.
Yeah. I think
Everything.
it's
Like
genius.
he's very, and this is why James Gunn finished Superman when how quickly he did it, because like he's very meticulous with his shooting schedule, like the time they use, like
reshoots.
everything. He barely does any reshoots apparently, but
I think he said he's only done one for Superman, and it was even because of a artistic change.
Yeah. Well, and just to really go back to the Doomsday news, isn't it crazy how they can do something like Infinity War, Endgame, the first 10 years, and we never heard anything bad about actors, like the way they used to praise each other, them having a group chat and all that, until someone like Brie Larson came along. And her attitude, you can tell the shift. A lot of people didn't like it, you know what I mean? Which a lot of the hate of Captain Marvel she brought onto herself too, with the way she moved. Not to say that anybody deserves crazy amount of hate like the way she got, but
bro, like the way it's going downhill now, if you really take it in, they lost Chadwick Boseman, which was supposed to be the face,
one of the faces, right? It's supposed to be Chadwick Boseman, Tom Holland, Brie Larson. That was the faces of the next phase of Marvel.
Yeah.
And like Brie Larson got dirtied, Chadwick we lost, and then Tom Holland was probably the only other person that
Stuck
was
in limbo.
like, there, right? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, man.
Every great empire has to fall.
Yeah.
And it's
Marvel, it's I'm
like-
not really excited after Secret Wars. I'm not really excited. I just want to get to Secret Wars and then
no expectation.
Yeah.
It's just for fun
That's
at that
it.
point. But yeah.
I have a nice question of the week for you, bro. We're not gonna answer the other one. Bun that question. We want to go undercover. Bun undercover. Yo, who takes the win? Okay,
Okay.
Marvel without Thor, or DC without Superman? This is a crazy
That's a
one.
good question. Like,
So,
okay, are we
like,
talking about like
that's-
the entire universe versus universe, or
This
like,
is
are we talking
universe
about,
versus
like,
universe.
Yeah.
like
But okay,
comic
let's
universe
say
or cinematic universe?
this is the, to make it fun for the fans too, the viewers.
We'll say, I don't think we can say movie universe because that's just a lot of people are nerfed. We'll go comics, but we'll only go heroes, and we're not going crazy Beyonder or like one
Captain
above
Manhattan.
all. We're not going crazy.
Okay, just the
people like
standard,
that.
Justice League versus Avengers.
Yeah, you can best you get is probably
No Thor
Silver
and no
Surfer.
no Superman.
No Thor, no Superman. Who's winning that battle? That's
I
a crazy.
gotta
That's
give
a
it to you.
crazy.
It is the
Wait, No. This question of the week. You gotta answer this next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fam. But yeah, that's it, Alec.
That's it, man.
All right, that's it for episode 8. Thank you guys
8.
for joining us. This has been a really behind the scenes conversation episode, which is what we like to do. Get in the real. But we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.